turning up the heat. T-Will on the mic, can't accept defeat. My ATL sports show, he's running the game. Atlanta Falcons fly high, you know the name. In the heart of the A, where the pride runs deep. From the Braves to the Falcons, he's keeping it real, no sleep. He's got the scoop, every player, every play. Bringing the thunder every single day. T-Will, shining bright on the airwaves, bringing sports tonight. Atlanta heart with the soul so free. My ATL sports show, it's the place to be. T-Will, taking flight. Falcons and Braves, yeah, we're feeling right. So bring that energy, let the city resonate. With T-Will on the mic, we're gonna celebrate.
NFL sports fans everywhere, welcome to the Friday night NFL Sports Talk Show with my guys, Mr. Jordan Burton over here and Mr. Debo Vibes. Gentlemen, how y'all doing? Everybody all right?
Yes, sir, man. TGIF, man. How y'all doing, man?
Hey, man.
I'm doing good.
We're doing well, man. All is well, brother. All is well on this Friday, man. Lot going on in the NFL, lot that we want to discuss. But hey, fellas, how was your day today, man? You guys had a good day at work? How'd everything go?
I don't know. Okay, I had an interesting day, but I won't dive into that. I will say I got 4 new jerseys that came in. Right. I might as well just share them. Which ones I got? So this isn't football, but it's we got a Muggsy Bogues Toronto Raptors Mitchell and Ness jersey.
Oh wow!
Wasn't he on the mean team? Wasn't he on the mean team or whatever?
The Monstars.
The Monstars.
Yeah, or Space Jam. Yeah.
Mean team. Jesus Christ.
This one I got because I don't know if they're ever gonna wear this for a while. So this is a Color Rush Vikings Dalvin Cook jersey. I mean Dalvin Cook at one point he's one of the best Vikings running backs in their history, and at one point he was one of the best running backs in the NFL. So I was like, yeah, I'm okay with that. This one super clean, and I love this dude. We got a Rams Cooper Kupp away jersey. I'm a big Cooper Kupp fan. I think he had the greatest season by a wide receiver ever.
Yeah, Triple Crown. Yeah, Triple Crown season, yeah.
Triple Crown, won Super Bowl MVP, just dominated in the playoffs. Incredible. And then our last one we got here, we got an Allen Iverson split Sixers jersey, Mitchell and Ness. This one I love. This one's super cool. So, yeah, I got a couple other jerseys on my way this week, though, because Fanatics is having a sale on a bunch of things.
That's kind of dope, man. That is kind of dope. We got Craig in the chat. Craig says, we don't have much longer to wait for football. Hallelujah. Debo, how you doing today, man? All well?
Man, I'm doing fantastic, bro. I had a great day today, man. I was off.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I went out, you know what I'm saying, had some eating adventures, man. Just got my chill on, man, and just talking to my brother, preparing for next week's show that me and him got, man, and just join the day, bro.
That's what's up, man. Well, my day was not as glorious as both of you guys. I was off today, and I decided to go and see Superman. And you know, as you guys know, I've had some health issues recently, and apparently, well, eating nachos at movies is just it's not a good thing.
You already knew that, bro.
I didn't. Well, you know what?
Okay. All right.
I was starving, Debo.
I understand that you should have brought your rice cake and your broccoli, bro.
Starving, man. And I ordered some nachos and cheese, and Debo, yeah. I felt like I had been like drugged. I felt like somebody put some Rohypnol in my nachos because I got a cold sweat. I got a headache. I'm thinking I'm gonna vomit. I'm 265 pounds. I'm up on the top row. My fat ass didn't want to stumble down the steps.
Let me go on camera right quick. Before today, have you had nachos and cheese since you left the hospital?
No, I've not.
Okay, there it is.
I've not, and I found out, bro.
Yeah, you did. Bro,
never eat. Yeah. This is a life lesson to everybody watching. Never eat nachos from a movie theater. As someone who worked at a movie theater, just don't ever do it, especially Regal movie theater.
Bro, I got so sick, man. Bro, it was like I got a cold sweat. I got a headache. I'm thinking, I felt like I was drunk, right? You know how you feel before you vomit, like oh, it's about to, you know what I mean? And the whole
It's about to come up. Yeah, it's about to
right,
come up. Goddamn. Yeah,
right. The whole time I'm thinking, not here, Lord, because I'm like, to Debo's point, if Kim had to come up to some steps to get my fat ass, I'm never gonna hear the end of it, Lord Jesus. So all I'm thinking is, no, I can't call on Uncle Earl here. I can't upchuck. I gotta hold it down. So I'm sitting there, and I probably watched about 30% of the movie, and then I just went to sleep, right? Because I couldn't do anything
oh
else. So I went
God,
to
yeah.
sleep, and I woke up and the credits were on, and I'm so mad
Mm,
because I
mm.
wasted my money, man. I totally wasted my money. But hey, all good. We got my brother in the chat. Hey, Eric Parker, what's up, man? Hey, man.
E, what's going on, man?
We got Craig. We got my brother Eric. How y'all doing, man? Hopefully all is well. Let's get into some NFL stuff today, guys. We got a lot to get into. So hey, without further ado, we've got some uniform reveals, some uniform changes that Jordan's going to talk about. We've got some air yard rankings for quarterbacks. And Jordan and Debo, can you guys explain? Because maybe those of us in the chat don't know what like air yards is, which sounds ridiculous. But can you explain the difference between air yards and regular passing yards?
Yeah. So completed air yards is your yards that you've passed to the wide receiver, not the yards after the catch. So normally when you're looking at passing yards, that's the total yards, including after the catch that a receiver runs. But what we're going to be discussing is completed air yards. So take the number of passing yards that they've thrown and subtract the yards after the catch that the receiver has had. And that's what the quarterbacks would have.
So it may have been, I believe it was last Friday, we got into this debate about yak yards and what you guys feel is fair. Well, you guys both agreed that yak yards should not be attributed to the quarterback. I kind of disagreed somewhat. So this is kind of a continuation of that. Just to be, just to give you guys an example, let's say that I don't know. Let's say that who's quarterback of the Vikings? Well, you know what? Bump that. Let's talk about my Falcons. Let's say Penix throws Drake a screen, right? He throws him a wide receiver screen, and Drake is creative and gets 40 yards out of it. Debo and Jordan are saying, well, really, that's all Drake. That has nothing to do with, you know, the ball being in the air. That, he really just threw him a screen. Why should the quarterback be credited those yards? Now, let's take that same scenario, and let's say I throw a 40-yard touchdown pass, but I throw it 20 yards, and the receiver runs an extra 20, but the way I throw it, there's nobody behind it, right? So essentially, I throw him open, right? Jordan and Debo still feel like that's yak yards. I disagree. That's kind of the existing debate, but again, we'll get into that later. First and foremost, Jordan, let's get into these uniform changes, right? So we've got anticipated 2025 NFL uniform reveals. Obviously ranking NFL quarterbacks by air passing yards since 2018, right, Jordan? Did I get that right?
Yep.
Okay. And expected receiving yards for 2025 Atlanta Falcons receivers, which will be Debo's segment, but we'll all talk about it. So let's get into these reveals, man. Upcoming uniform reveals, releases, multiple NFL teams plan new uniform unveilings in 2025, generating excitement amongst fans and media. We've got some anniversaries and branding. Teams oftentimes uniform changes with anniversaries or branding updates to increase fan engagement, which I think is what's going on with the Washington Commanders, who we were just discussing. I don't know if they have a new uniform unveiling this year, but it's coming. And then, of course, what it's all about is the boosting and merchandise sales. Jordan, let's talk about these uniform changes and what's coming up. And hey, man, just inform us. What do we got?
Yeah, so earlier this week we got a new helmet from the Saints, and we got a new throwback uniform set for the Commanders. So it'll be easier to just get the Saints out of the way because the Commanders have a whole different design. Saints, they're getting rid of the black helmet, which the only thing I liked about it was the fact that it was a black helmet. The stripe was just a pattern of Saints logos. I thought it wasn't good. It was they tried, but they failed. I do think they should add a black helmet, but not like that. So they added a white helmet which will go with their color rush uniform. So the color rush uniform for the Saints, widely regarded in NFL uniform social media as one of the best uniforms in the whole NFL. That's not even me talking. That's what is common. It's been voted multiple times one of the best uniforms in the league. So this white helmet, which is, let's see, scroll up. Let's see.
Is it that one right there?
No, it's a little bit like that, but it's not. If you type in Saints white helmet, it'll probably pop up. It's the bottom right. The way bottom right.
This one?
Yes, that one.
This one. All right, let me click on it.
So it's only going to be worn with their color rush uniform. They have like a sort of chrome gold face mask. I love it. I think it's really cool. Saints have never had a white helmet before, so this will be very interesting. Yeah, the Bo Jackson jersey. This is actually a picture of Bo Jackson signing this exact jersey right here. So I got that with it. But yeah, I like the helmet. I think it's going to pair well. I've seen some mock-ups with what the helmet will look like with the color rush uniform, and I think it's going to look really, really good. Then we have the Commanders, who they brought sort of like what the Jets did last 2 seasons ago. The Jets had revealed a throwback uniform from their 80s look, which was just their away version. And that ended up being their new uniform set. So I've heard the Commanders is going to be the exact same thing. So the Commanders revealed basically the same design concept as I wouldn't even say the 2000s, the Snyder era. I wouldn't call it that because the font on the back nameplate is the same as the font from the 80s. So this is more of an 80s Redskins throwback than it is a Snyder era. So from what I've heard around league circles is that this is going to be part of their new uniform set. So expect them to get the jersey I'm wearing, expect them to be bringing that back. Whether they bring back the name Redskins, that's up for interpretation. I'm not going to go into detail with that. Yeah. But they have the helmets. I've never been a huge fan of the Redskins, Washington football team, Commanders look. I like the idea of the colors, but in a similar way with the Packers, I don't care for the Packers uniforms. I know it's a historic uniform for both of them. I think they're both very boring and very old school and not in a good way. The one thing I can appreciate about the Redskins Commanders football team uniforms is that picture of Doug Williams right there with the red and yellow stripe. I like that because you don't see many uniforms with just two big stripes. I like that a lot. So, yeah, expect them to roll out a whole new, old uniform set going forward. Now, let's get into next week. Next week, we got 3 teams releasing new uniforms, helmets, all that sort of stuff. Let's just go with the Buccaneers real quick. Buccaneers are going to be wearing their old road creamsicle uniforms. So if you type in 1976 Bucs uniforms, it'll probably be the first uniform that pops up, or one of the first uniforms that pops up. This is they already released these ones that we see here are the ones that we have now, but the ones at the far right, with the orange numbers and the red outline on the numbers, the white. That's what we're going to be getting. That it's not that hard. They had this like short little video that was kind of like showing a sneak preview of like what they're going to be doing, and they basically just told us that that's what they're going to be wearing. So, hey, I love the creamsicle uniforms. I think they're one of the best uniforms in the whole league. I didn't see any reason why not to. This one, I don't really. There's not much to even show you. The Browns are getting an alternate helmet. This could be a new shell completely, like a whole new color. We might get a brown helmet. Or we have the 1946 throwbacks that the Browns have. They could be getting a new stripe that actually matches the pants stripe. So, like that brown helmet right there that they're showing, that's awesome. I love that. I've been really wanting that for the Browns just because I want to see what it would look like. It could look like crap. It really could. Or it could look awesome. You could even throw on the elf or the bulldog onto the helmet like some of these other helmets. It would look really cool. Or again, they could just go with this, just an update on the 1946 white helmet. Then we have my favorite uniforms in the whole NFL. I believe these are the best uniforms in the NFL, the Chargers. They are, they kind of showed us in earlier. So it's a funny story. So earlier in the season, when the season was going on, I think it was like November, December, the Chargers, there was a promo that was going on. And in the background, Asante Samuel Jr. is holding a navy blue helmet. And I think we all know that they're going to be incorporating the navy blue into this. I have said, if you see that person's TikTok picture of Justin Herbert, or if you scroll down and you see that the picture of Justin Herbert with the navy helmet, I think these are the sickest uniforms that you could pull off for a night game. They're just so cool. I love everything about the Chargers uniforms. The powder
Which
blue,
one you said?
which
one? My bad. Which one you said they're doing?
Click on the one right below the one you're on right now. That's
that one.
Like that one. Click on that. So the helmet's gonna look like this. The right one, not the left one. We're not getting a powder blue helmet. We're getting the right one, which looks sick. That's awesome. But they're revealing 2 uniform sets. So what I'm guessing is we're going to get that. And then do you remember, if you look at pictures of LaDainian Tomlinson when he broke the record, that look, like they're even showing a clip, the video, that video, my guess is they're going to have a throwback version of that also.
That jersey right there, that look for the Chargers, that's my all-time favorite.
It's so awesome.
I like that one. That the one you see, because that's one I grew up on. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm from out west, so all the time we saw AFC West games, and a lot of them were if not LA Raiders, it was Charger games. You know what I'm saying? So I can recall seeing Marion Butts in that jersey, Anthony Miller in that jersey. You know what I'm saying? Junior Seau in that jersey, and just that to me, that's the Chargers I know right there, man.
Hey, man, we got to do some housekeeping. So, Carrie says, first off, Craig says, only count the yards. Craig agrees with y'all with yak yards. Just put it that way. Craig agrees with y'all. Only count the yards it took to pass the ball for the QB, and then only count the yards after the catch for the receiver, since QB didn't run after the catch and receiver didn't throw the ball. Eric says Saints looks like the white Power Ranger. I'm not.
Yes, they do. I love it. All right. Tommy Oliver, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Yes, I love it. I love that comp.
Of course you do. Gary says, hey, guys, hope you're doing well. Hawks win. Did you see our guy Yuri?
I did, yeah. Yuri took a picture with Trae Young's dad. I did see that, and like I said, Carrie, man, like I said, Carrie, me, Yuri, my brother, and my homegirl Miss Angie, we did a show about Vegas, man. He's out there for the summer games, summer league games, man, and he was super excited about being out there. We had a great show talking about saying Vegas back in the day, and he let me know that he'll be posting pictures about him what he's doing out there for the summer league games. But yeah, I did see that picture he posted. The homie Yuri, shout out to Yuri, man. Much love, man. He posted a picture of the Thomas and Mack Center, the building where I graduated from. We had our ceremony in high school, that building. And the Thomas and Mack Center, home of the UNLV Rebels. And of course now home of the summer league games. And he posted a picture of him and Trae Young's dad. Awesome picture. So Yuri do his thing out there. I definitely saw that picture.
Debo, who's your favorite Power Ranger?
I couldn't tell you. Well, I'm assuming the most masculine one. How about that?
Oh wow! Oh wow! You know what? I'm not even following that one. All right. Wow. Okay. You know what? I'm not even following that one. All right. Let's see. Eric says they should just call them the Skins.
There's two names that I've always loved, and I wrote an essay of this in college. It was for a marketing class. It was perfect timing with the rebrand. I wanted them to be called the Red Wolves, because could you imagine an entire stadium? It's 3rd down and 10. It is the 4th quarter, game on the line, and you hear that howl. That would be one of the sickest things that you could have done. I've seen mock-ups of their uniforms. That would have been awesome. And then another one, which would have been great with the heritage of the Redskins, is the Hogs.
I would say that, bro. I would call them Red Hogs.
You know what?
Yeah. We're watching the Red Hogs, bro.
I like that. I like the Hogs because
it's obvious.
Didn't they have wasn't their offensive line called the Hogs?
They called the Hogs, yeah. Mark Schlereth, etc. Yeah. Mark Schlereth, Lachey, all them boys, yeah. They were called the Hogs.
Back to who was their running? John, what was his name?
John Riggins.
John Riggins, bro.
John Riggins, yeah. I tell you what, man, that Riggins was something else. He was something else. Craig, let me tell you something, man. Craig is a card. Craig # Diddy's lawyer. That's why they are really called. That's what they are really called, but they can't put that shit on the stadium. Carrie says, I can't wait for the Falcons to get new uniforms. Hope they look amazing. Hopefully next season. Look, I want our throwback uniforms, man. I like the ones. Honestly, I like the ones that we have with the black ones. But I'd like for us to go to the red with the gray pants. Like, I just love that look, man. Oh, I would love.
So the 80s look, the 80s look.
Yeah, like the one where William Andrews.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. I would love that. I would love that. I'm sorry, Jordan. I'm not trying to interrupt your second here. Let me catch up on. Eric says, no, I like our uniforms. You know what? I do like our uniforms. I don't
like them. I'll tell you straight up, bro. I don't like them.
Well, I tell you what I don't like about them is that when we wear the black shirts with the black pants, we really do look like those dudes from The Longest Yard. Somebody cracked a joke when they first came out, and that stuck. And if you go back and you look at, and I'm not talking about the old movie, I'm talking about the remake of The Longest Yard. Yeah. We do look like that. So
Mean Machine.
Yeah, it looks like that just a little bit. I'm gonna take some flack from my brother, and then I'm gonna have to buy more jerseys. Well, we know you don't mind buying. Look, you got about 40 of them, Eric. You don't mind buying jerseys. Craig, Diddy's lawyer. If the Falcons suck this year, they need to go ahead and give all the players and coaches an application to Home Depot. Damn. Hey, you know what? My brother wants to join the show, so him being my brother, guess what? He gets to do that. Give me 1 sec.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just drop.
What I think the Falcons should do is I agree with you, and I'm with multiple shells that you can wear. I think their home should be the 90s black jerseys. I personally, I
Man,
always
to be
love
honest
that
with
look.
you, the 1991 too legit to quit outfit. I would love the Falcons to do that joint
Oh, I love
all
Yeah,
year.
I love that.
do,
I love
do
that.
that as the home and do the away version of that as the away,
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm
then
saying.
your
Yeah, for
first
sure.
alternate be that red look that you're talking about with William Andrews.
Oh, I love. Let me tell you something. Oh, I love that. I love that. You know what? Low key, I would kind of really like to get a either a William Andrews jersey or Steve Barkowski jersey in that red and gray. I would love that, bro.
Mm.
Just can't find them.
Mhm.
What up,
Yo,
big
Give
brother?
me Jared, man. How
what's
about one of
good?
them old school Gerald Riggs jerseys, bro?
Oh, I'd love. Hey, man,
But that's, you can't find it. Yeah, man. Old school, man, mid-age Gerald Riggs jersey. Hell yeah.
yeah. Oh, bro, I would. Hey, I love me some Gerald Riggs, man. I love me some Gerald Riggs. What up, little big brother? You all
What's
right?
happening? Yep.
All right.
What up, bro?
What's happening? Hey, but if we
No,
switch to that red jersey, aren't they gonna wear that red jersey with that black helmet then, or with the? But that's not the same helmet that they wore. With
Yeah,
the, I like that jersey though, that '80s jersey.
I love that jersey. I
Yeah.
love that jersey.
Yeah, that
It had to
I
be the
like
red. It
this
had to be
one.
the. It had to be the
I
red on
think
red, bro.
this one and the red one being are my top two favorites. I
Oh,
like the throwback that with the ones with the black jerseys that we wear with the red helmet.
yeah.
Mm.
I like
Mhm.
them too. Those were my favorite before these. I like these better than those.
Let me tell you something, man. There's nothing prettier than William Andrews getting a screen and running through about three people and running over another four. Like William Andrews was that dude, man.
Oh yeah, them red, white, and gray jerseys was hard as
Oh
fuck.
my God, man. I love him. All right, Jordan. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead. Let's get back to your segment. What you got, buddy?
Okay, we got 3.5 more. There's a new one that came out today that I found out. So Steelers are well, they released like a teaser. I don't even didn't tease anything. I think the Steelers are going to be wearing yellow helmets and
Ugh.
matching uniforms. So the 2007 to 2011 look. If you look up 2007, 2011 Steelers throwbacks, that will be what they're likely wearing. I've always enjoyed the Steelers yellow helmets, but I think they need a new face mask. I think they need a black face mask with them. I think they had like a gray face mask with them, but those actually it's the first thing that pops up. That yellow helmet, it's sort of like a color rush jersey. If they can actually figure out what to do with the pants, then like I don't know, wear your normal pants with them or wear your color rush pants with them. I think it would look a lot better. And the Packers are going to be unveiling a new throwback helmet and uniform on July 23rd. The Packers have a billion different throwback uniforms that they could wear. I mean, we've seen them with the blue with the small little yellow circle. We've seen the what was it? I think blue with yellow numbers. We've seen green with yellow numbers.
Yeah, stop right there. Those are the ugliest uniforms ever. I'm glad you brought that up. Okay.
It's either that or the Bumblebee Steelers.
Yes. Yes. You know what? You know what? Let's
There's a
have it
soft
all.
spot for the Steelers.
Let's have an ugly comparison. So Packer ugly throwbacks. Because as a matter of fact, like the Steeler ones look like they're on the chain gang. You know the ones I'm talking about?
Here's
Yeah, they
the
look like a
issue.
bumblebee.
Here's the issue. All right, which Packers one are you going to be talking about?
All right, so they're both ugly, but what the hell is up with this blue jersey, yellow number, and then brown helmet? Like, who designed this shit? I'm sorry.
Well, that's what they wore. That's what they wore in the 30s.
That is hideous.
Because, all right, here's the issue. So the brown helmet is supposed to be like a leather helmet, basically. But what I think where they solved this is if you look up Illinois throwback uniforms, University of Illinois just had throwback uniforms come out this year. It is the greatest leather helmet, fox helmet that I have ever seen in my life. These are such an awesome uniform set, and the helmet's so great. And I think you'll see the Bears look at that is a cool way of putting a leather helmet on an actual helmet. The stripes are a little odd, but obviously this is supposed to be a throwback to like Red Grange era. But that helmet is sick. I think that's what the Packers are going to end up doing. They're going to do this leather helmet look.
Eric, what are we thinking? Thumbs up or thumbs down? What are we thinking?
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Debo, thumbs up or thumbs down?
Yeah, thumbs down, man.
Yeah,
Let me ask you a question. I got a throwback question for you right quick, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
An Illinois running back set the record for most touchdowns in a game in 1990 with 8. Who was it?
Illinois? I'm not good with players and what colleges they went to.
What?
That's the one because I'm more NFL. Like I can tell you. I mean,
I'm just asking you. You the one who brought up the in line now, so I didn't know if you knew or not, man. You don't know?
How great of a running back was he? Like
strictly college. He did nothing in NFL. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna know.
He was a fullback.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know? His name was Howard Griffith.
Oh, he played for Denver.
Yeah, Howard Griffith scored 8 touchdowns in a game for the Illini.
Crazy. I would have never thought that.
Guys, which are uglier? These
Denver's at the far right. Those are ugly. Those are the ugliest uniforms in NFL history. And if you look at the white version of those, they're also ugly.
You know, well, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now, and I stand on this. Y'all want to know who got the most repulsive, ugliest uniforms in the world?
Yeah,
the New Orleans Saints.
That's rivalry right there.
That's it. I mean, I stand on that. That's it.
Right
That's
there.
it.
I hear that, but these are
repulsive, horrible.
These are hideous, man. Like oh my God. Like, hey, Jordan, what year did these come out?
2007. It was the 50th anniversary of the
They weren't
American
throwback?
Football League. Yes, all the AFL teams wore their original uniforms, and Denver wore theirs. They had a white. Everybody had a home and away version of those AFL uniforms. Those were the home version. The away version took the yellow out and just put white. They're both ugly either way. The one thing I can say about the Steelers, if they changed the pants, because if you scroll up and you can actually see the pants and the socks, if they changed the pants to yellow and black or black and yellow, it would have looked better and more reasonable. But they added like khaki pants onto these uniforms, and they look ugly. They look like they look like you're about to go sell like furniture. Like,
bro, it looks like yeah, see, I'm running from the copper, see, yeah, see, hey, come on, get the ball. We're gonna get the ball to this receiver, see? Yeah, he threw the ball, yeah, see, like that's just it.
I'm totally gonna clip that.
I would expect nothing less, Debo. I would expect nothing less. It's okay. I kind of deserve it, but that's what it makes me. Whenever I see that uniform and the Packers' ugly blue and brown, it just about like, yeah, see, okay. Stangerson is on the 30-yard line. See, yeah, he's gonna pass the ball. Wait, no, he's running ball because we haven't invented the forward pass yet. Oh, he's running the ball. He's on.
When I say uniform, I think about the movie Life.
Oh, yeah. with the Steelers, yeah.
They look like Bumblebee.
Yeah, they do. Those are hideous uniforms, man. They're just.
But last one, the Seahawks, late July. I think they ended up releasing a date. this is the last one of the known. There is one rumor that came out today. But Seahawks are going to be going with their road 90s uniforms. So they released their home 90s uniforms earlier last year. And they're going to go release just the away version of that. I'm going to be honest. I guess I'm in the minority on this because everybody loves those 90 uniforms.
Absolutely.
I don't really like them.
It's old school Seattle Seahawks. If you type in Seahawks, we'll say Brian Blades. You know what I'm saying? You type in Seahawks, I'm shit. Steve Largent. Those are Seahawks uniforms that I know right there, bro.
Yeah, they look like the Lions, though.
Yeah, that's kind of like the one thing that annoys me with the uniforms is the gray aspect. Like they add a lot of gray. I don't think gray should be on a helmet. I don't think it ever works with any team except for one, that is the Raiders. The Raiders, because they're just black, white, silver. That's it. Call it a day. But when you have multiple colors, especially the blue, the green, like you have a lot of bright colors. You got white, and I don't like the helmet being gray. I like the helmet being blue. I love the Seahawks current uniforms. I love the feather pattern that they have on the stripes. I think it's super cool. I think the Seahawks probably have a futuristic look of uniforms. They got a lot of ugly uniforms in baseball.
I forgot about those. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. That has got to be the. Oh wow. Debo, would you wear that? Would you wear that?
I can't see.
You can't. I'm looking at. Wait.
Yeah, I think when you clicked on it, it made it even smaller.
Damn. Let me visit it. Let me see if I can visit the site if you can see it. Oh, that's hideous. Now I can't. So these are the ugliest baseball. Yeah, these right here. Wait. Is that it?
I think
right there.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That is hideous. I cannot believe a Major League Baseball team actually. Would you wear that?
No. They got collars and everything. No, I'm good.
They look like a 70s beer league softball team. That is insane. That is insane. That's insane. Craig's messing with you. Shoot, Jordan. He's like, the Aints of the Phillies have the ugliest uniforms.
The Phillies pinstripe red uniforms are one of the greatest uniforms ever, and you can look up on every single list of the best uniforms.
Oh wow.
I don't care for the cream uniform. Gray is good, but our pinstripes are immaculate. And then there is one more. Which I heard today, the Bills are possibly revealing a new helmet on July 22nd. The assumption is it's the red helmet from the 90s. That's kind of what everybody's looking for. It could be a blue helmet, but I doubt that. And then obviously they already have a white helmet, so it's got to be one of those two uniforms. But that red helmet is, it looks just awesome. I think for the blue helmet, they should. So the Lions 2 years ago, they put a logo that they never put on a helmet on a blue helmet, and I liked it. It was a logo they never used on a helmet color they've never used. It just looked different and cool. I think the Bills should put their throwback red logo on the blue helmet, because I think there's too much blue going on when you put the Bills logo on a blue helmet. So putting their throwback red logo on a blue helmet, it'll even things out. But that's it for uniforms. I mean, when it comes to uniforms, I know a lot about the uniforms and history and stuff like that on them. Especially, there was a uniform social media content creator who just specializes in NFL uniforms. He did a poll for who had the best helmet in the entire NFL. Who would you guess has the best helmet in the NFL?
Falcons.
Yeah, I would say the Falcons. Yeah,
Falcons all day.
yeah, let's go.
Falcons did not win their division.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Yeah,
That's
that
not
was they.
sir.
They lost their poll. They lost their
not
division poll.
Sir. That's unnecessary roughness on
In
Jordan.
fact, the Bucks ended up. I think they ended up in the final two of the NFC.
I really got it.
So the best was the Bengals.
Really? Okay.
Yes. I love the Bengals helmet. I mean, it's different. I mean, we have stripes on a helmet, and they make it look cool. Yeah. But yeah, that's it.
Guys, we got to take a pause for the cause here. Carrie says, just got the update that Matt Olson became the new home run derby team rep. Anyone know why he replaced Acuna? Could it be his back? Maybe I know
his back. That's the first thing I thought about. T was his back.
Yeah, I know he was having back issues, and they probably don't want to chance that. I hope Craig says probably Acuna is going to get traded. I hope that's not the case, but
he's going to get traded in 3 years. I'm telling you. We had a conversation.
I know it.
Like I said, Acuna is not going to be a lifelong Braves. I'm telling y'all, the whole lifelong thing is over. If you're not Aaron Judge, and that might be questionable.
Yeah, if you don't play for the Dodgers or the Yankees, you're not going to be lifelong.
Or Mets, yeah.
Or the Mets, yeah.
That's fair.
You're not going to be, because they gonna take them. If somebody's good, they gonna take them, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
Matt Olson in a home run derby, he gonna be just looking so damn bored. Here's his demeanor, bro. Like, I didn't know he's gonna be So he's a participant in the home run derby, Matt Olson.
Yeah.
Is that what Kerry said? Well, okay.
Yeah, I think he's replacing Ronald Acuna, and probably because of Acuna's back. I'm gonna go with that. I think we're right, Debo. I think we're right about that. Probably because of Acuna's back. All right. So yeah. All righty. So NFL quarterbacks by air passing yards. And I believe, Jordan, you sent me this list. So we got Josh Allen at the top of the list, Pat Mahomes, Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins.
Can I clarify something real quick too? So this is the ranking in completed air yards, but the number in parentheses is where they are ranked in terms of total passing yards. So ideally, when you're looking at the numbers, you want to be ranked closer to 1 than your number. So like Josh Allen is overperforming. Like, he's normally 5th in passing yards, but he's number 1 in completed air yards, which is incredible. But go on.
No, hey, you're good, man. This hey, you and Debo. Debo, I know you had some questions. Or something you wanted to get into regarding these air yard rankings. So, gentlemen, with that being said, Debo, what you got, brother? I know you wanted to get into this.
To be honest with you, bro, I was thinking more about 80s and 90s.
Oh.
Now Jordan did say that's almost impossible to find, but that's what I was talking about. Like this right here,
okay.
This is within the past 8 years. So this past 8 years, I'm not,
Yeah,
I will say,
go ahead.
So yards after the catch has been tracked since 1992, but I'm trying to figure out where exactly they're tracked, because if you can figure out yards after the catch, you can figure out completed air yards. It's a very easy thing. There are some people out there that have figured out like completed passing yards for people's careers, but only up until I think the most recent article was like 2014. And Tom Brady would still be the all-time leader in passing yards. Drew Brees would be number 2, and Peyton Manning would be number 3. That's from what I've gathered. That is since 1992. Those 3 would still be in that order. Now everything after that is very complicated. Favre is still pretty close to the top, but Drew Bledsoe since 1992 would be in the top 10. And with this list, like I mean, this past week I've been focusing on completed air yards, and I was like, all right, well, how does it factor into like winning and stuff like that? So before I would from 1992 to 2014, there was a large amount of players who had more completed air yards than yards after the catch. That was just a given. Quarterbacks were just receivers just weren't getting yards after the catch, basically. And that changed within the last 8 years. And now there are only 3 quarterbacks since 2018 with more yards after the catch thrown than completed air yards. Those 3 are Patrick Mahomes, who's, I mean, since 2018 is pretty much the best quarterback in the league. Aaron Rodgers, who since 2018 has won 2 MVPs, despite his play the last couple years since he tore his Achilles. I mean, we're talking about 2 MVPs and a couple really good years during that time frame. And Jared Goff, who since 2018 has been to a Super Bowl, has been a part of 2 great offenses with the Lions and the Rams. So those are the only 3. And part of the Rams scheme is allowing their receivers to create separation, which allows you to get more yards after the catch if you can complete those passes. So we are now in an era where you need more yards after the catch. That it doesn't. I said this to someone yesterday. Quarterbacks nowadays are less valuable than they were 10, 15, 20 years ago because those completed air yards were so important. And now they're not. Now it comes down to the yards after the catch. And if you look at all the Super Bowl winners since 2018, the Eagles, Chiefs, I'll go in order. Eagles in 2024 had more yards after the catch than the Chiefs. Chiefs in 2023 had more yards after the catch than the Niners did. Chiefs in 2022 had more yards after the catch than the Eagles did.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, not to cut you off. So it sounds to me like, well, I'm not going to say the tackling has gotten poor. What I will say is it seems like with a lot of these new rules, it's more difficult to bring somebody down, right?
Yeah.
That's I don't think that the quarterback position has become less valuable. I think it's more difficult to tackle somebody nowadays, right? Because you got to worry about the, what do you call it when you grab somebody from the hip, the hip whatever drop. Hip drop or whatever, and then you got the one with the shirt. There's so many specific places you have to hit somebody. It's difficult to make a legal tackle, and maybe that's why we're seeing this increase in yak yards. So maybe it's not that the receivers are so great or doing all this work. Maybe it's the fact that, look, if you got to legally tackle somebody, you got to go through an act of Congress to get into position.
Yeah, you can't hit nobody coming across the middle no more. You can't really take nobody's head off no more. That's a penalty. That had a lot to do back in the day with balls getting dropped.
And here's another thing. And I think Aaron Rodgers is a part of this issue. So what I've learned over the last week is how overrated Aaron Rodgers is historically.
That's what I was going to ask you.
We all know how he has the greatest touchdown to interception ratio in NFL history, his lowest interception percentage in NFL history. And people are like, oh, how does he do it? How does Aaron Rodgers do it? I hate Aaron Rodgers.
I love
It's
it.
because
I hate him too. I love it. I love it. Go ahead.
his yards after the catch in all of his MVP years are insanely high over other quarterbacks. Mainly because, and I'm thinking like, all right, what is Aaron Rodgers doing differently that he's not turning the ball over at an extremely lower rate than other quarterbacks? It is because he's completing those short passes that are leading to the long yards after the catch.
Slants.
And because he's completing so many short passes, defenses have to come low and allow him to just throw deep when receivers are wide open. That's how you end up with like Randall Cobb getting wide open and beating the Bears to go and win the division. Because everybody's playing so low because Aaron Rodgers keeps dinking and dunking. And like Aaron Rodgers has never played in a West Coast offense, but he basically did. His entire career, he was manufacturing his own West Coast offense.
But I can't fault him for that, though. I mean, you take what the defense gives you. If the defense keep giving you the check down, then you keep taking the check down. If they give you, if they cut the check down off and give you the deep ball, you take it. Aaron can make any throw on the field. I don't like Aaron because he's an asshole.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. Agreed.
But I looked at the last, what was it, 8?
Let me ask you a question, right? Hold on. Let me ask you a question real quick. From what you said a little bit ago, Jordan, how far back are you going about Aaron Rodgers? About these little ding and dunk passes you're talking about?
I went back to 2011.
Okay.
Because I wanted to look at specifically Aaron Rodgers. So I looked at his yards after the catch, and every single time he had a great year, his yards after the catch were extremely high. Compared to his completed air yards.
I can't recall that, man, because I remember him throwing bombs at Greg Jennings and Jordy Nelson, bro.
I remember those too.
The night he came to Atlanta, oh my God. 2010.
That's what I'm saying. He takes what the defense gives him. If you leave that open, he's gonna take it.
He's gonna throw it, bro. Like, so I can't. I guess what I'm saying, that Aaron Rodgers you're talking about, I can't recall the Aaron Rodgers I saw.
What? Well, I don't think he's that way anymore, Debo.
No, I feel you. No, but I'm talking about what he was doing as peak.
Yeah,
he was a digging and dunking, man. He was throwing that ball deep with Jordy Nelson and Greg Jennings, bro.
I think when teams came to face Aaron Rodgers, they would more so back up than crowd the line of scrimmage. So that leads to, I'm finna get a bunch of short passes off because you keep backing up. And then once you keep getting all the little razor cuts and they start adding up, now you up on the line trying to stop it, and there go your highlight reel right there.
So then the question I present is, how is it that Aaron Rodgers is he's one of the highest quarterbacks in NFL history when it comes to yards after the catch thrown?
Is he?
Yes, he is. Of all the quarterbacks I've seen, every single list that I've tried to compile, because I tried to go back as far as I could, Aaron Rodgers is among the league leaders in yards after the catch thrown.
Okay. I mean, he's throwing to the open receiver. It's just what I said. He's taking what the defense is giving you. So if you throw it to the open receiver, he's gonna have yards after that.
So my question is this, Jordan: Who was his receivers that was getting the yak yards?
Devontae Adams is the one that it came to my mind immediately.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm going past that. I'm going beyond that, bro.
Randall Cobb was great at yards after the catch wise. Jordy Nelson was solid. I wouldn't call him like the greatest. And Greg Jennings, I wouldn't call him a great yards after the catch guy. But I mean, mainly, and it's all his MVP years. I mean, he went from Randall Cobb those 2 years with his first 2, and then he had Devontae Adams the last 2 MVPs he won. So, and both were great after the catch. Mm-hmm. So maybe he needed someone who could get the yards after the catch to unlock like the better version of himself. Like I don't even know how to explain how he has as many yards after the catch thrown as other quarterbacks. But that's the only thing I can think of, is that in the years that he was at his best, he had a receiver who was good or great at after the catch. Especially, like, I thought about Davante Adams, and like I do remember him doing those zig routes, man. There was something between Rodgers and Davante when those years he won MVP. They were on another level. I mean, I remember the comparisons. People were calling comparisons to Allen Iverson for Davante Adams because of his ability to just be so shifty out in space. So
Jordan, let me ask you this, not to cut you off, but you know where my mind goes, right? So by you and Debo's rationale, then doesn't look like Aaron's that good because he's not doing most of the work. According to what you guys are saying, I mean, if the receivers,
no, I'm saying the opposite.
No. You're saying that quarterbacks don't deserve the credit for yak yards, right? So
Correct.
If you're measuring the efficiency by yards, Aaron is not that good.
I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying that he threw deep. I've seen Aaron Rodgers throw plenty of deep passes.
I get it, but I'm looking at the numbers, right? I'm looking at the numbers.
Right.
Specifically at the numbers.
Bro, you look at what we're looking at right now?
Yes.
Right, as of right now. That right there, bro, that was after 2018.
All right, so then okay.
That's my point.
Okay. Well, he clearly,
you do know these numbers are coming from 2018 up, right?
All right. You know what, Jordan? I know you can't do it right now, but what would be great is if we could get if we could go back to 2011, 2010. Because I would really love to see those numbers.
So the one thing I did do, because I wanted to look at MVP quarterbacks and like just how they've done, and I went back to, I think it was 2013. I went back and I wanted to see what percentage of their yards came from after the catch. So here are the quarterbacks who had under 50% of their passing yards after the catch. So that's good. That means you're completing more yards than your receivers are getting after the catch. Lamar Jackson, 47.63% of his passing yards in 2023 were after the catch. That's good. In comparison, Josh Allen had 53.74%. Next, Lamar Jackson again in 2019, 43%, so lower percentage of his yards came after the catch. Tom Brady in 2017, 37.27% of his yards came after the catch. 2016, Matt Ryan, 41.77% came after the catch. Cam Newton, this one's historic. This one's the lowest of all the ones I've looked at. 34.92% of his yards came after the catch, which, I mean, we all saw Cam Newton. I mean, who is running after the catch for him? Mainly, he was just throwing the ball, running, and nobody on that team was running after the catch. Aaron Rodgers, 2014, 44.35% of his yards came after the catch, and 2013, Peyton Manning, 44.09%. Now, numbers pre-2018 could be off by a few yards, mainly because all the numbers the reason I sent 2018 is because that's what Pro Football Reference is capable of. That's all the yards they're capable of in terms of completed air yards, all that stuff. Anything else is outside sources that I tried to find and search through other websites and comparing. So it's very possible that 2013, 2017 could be off by a few yards. But the one thing I have looked at is it's not even necessarily the quarterbacks, but in order for your team to be successful and go and win a Super Bowl or even go to a Super Bowl, you need to be able to have more yards after the catch than completed air yards. Now, like going back to last week, like we both, Debo, you and me both agreed that like if a quarterback has more completed air yards, like that in my opinion is more important.
Correct.
But when you want to win games and win the Super Bowl, you want your quarterback to have more yards after the catch.
Right.
Because by having more completed air yards, your quarterback's doing way too much for the team. Your team is not doing enough in the receiving core after the catch. So, I mean, I looked at every single Super Bowl winner, and only the Rams by like 1% had more yards, had less yards after the catch than the Bengals. And the I don't remember who it was. I think it was the Chiefs. The first year they beat the Niners. The Niners had more yards after the catch than them. So otherwise, the majority of Super Bowls, the team with more yards after the catch ends up winning. And you look at teams like the Ravens and Bills, and who have not been to Super Bowls, even though they have legendary quarterbacks. Well, guess what? Their completed air yards are extremely high. They are. I mean, I told you about two of Lamar's MVP years. He had a lot of completed air yards. He did not have much yards after the catch. He was doing a lot for his team, and his team wasn't doing a lot for him. So someone like Zay Flowers, you're able to open up the offense. Maybe Zay Flowers can unlock the Ravens offense. Even if he has a solid year, but has good yards after the catch, it could take them to another level. And like with the Bills, they just have Stephon Diggs was the only receiver they've had since Josh Allen's been there that had good yards after the catch, but that was only for 1 year. And that same year was when the Chiefs had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. So you're competing with giants at that point. But yeah, that was the trends that I've seen. I mean, at the end of the day, you look at the Eagles, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. Look at the Rams when they went to the Super Bowl with Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, and since then Puka Nacua. Looking at the Bengals, they've had Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. The Chiefs obviously had Travis Kelce. They had Tyreek Hill. They have Travis Kelce. They have an offensive coordinator who allows their receivers to get open in open space. And like the Niners are a West Coast offense. They're designed to get yards after the catch. So, I mean, the philosophy here is your quarterback should not be doing all the work. You really need your receiving core to help out your quarterback if you want to win a Super Bowl or even go to a Super Bowl.
Fair enough. Well, I thank you for that, sir. Let's get to our last segment, and that is expected receiving yards from our Falcon receivers. Look it, man. We got a squad. You know, we got Draco, we got Mooney, we got Ray, we got Bijan. Falcon receivers. We got Kyle Pitts, we got Casey Washington, we got Nick Nash, we got a bunch of others. Debo, let's get into it. Give me your expectations. Why do you feel the Falcons will do so well in their receiving core? And just give us your thoughts.
No, I mean, like I said, man, the reason I decided is just, talk about it a little bit to bring everybody's attention, just to see what we have on top, what we got going on for this year, man, is what Penix did his last 3 games, particularly with Draco. And the thing about Penix is we all know he got that arm strength. We saw what he did that one time when we was in Denver. We got blown the fuck out, but he threw that deep ball with accuracy to Casey Washington. Unfortunately, Casey got injured in that play right there. But we got a taste of what Michael Penix can do. You know what I'm saying? But once he actually with a, you know what I'm saying, deep ball, you know what I'm saying, he's a confident dude. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? NPX, he confident as hell. He has a good vision and processing. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I got excited about seeing Michael Penix with these receivers right here, particularly Draco. And the reason I keep bringing Drake London up, man, is because with Drake London, the last three games that they did together, and it, well, what was it? What game he started? Oh, the Giant game he started. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he started a Giant game, and that game right there, he targeted Draco 8 times, and Drake London got, you know what I'm saying, 59 yards. The next game against the Commanders, he targeted him 13 times, and he had 106 yards. The last game against the Panthers, he targeted him 18 times. So we're looking at a trend. The first game he started 8. Second game he started, this is just Drake London 13. The next game he started 18. And those games right there, Drake London, the first one against the Giants, 59 yards. Okay, you know what I'm saying. The second game that game against the Commanders where, you know what I'm saying, our head coach decided not to use timeouts. He got 106 yards. And the last game he had 187 yards, bro. So he built a rapport with Drake London, who in my opinion is a master of 50-50 ball. This dude is 6'5", bro. So when you look at that, let me ask you a question right quick before I continue. From the chemistry that Drake London had, I'm sorry, the chemistry that Michael Penix had with Drake London, can y'all see Drake London being top 3 in the league in receiving?
Yeah.
What about you, T. Will?
Without a doubt. 100%.
Right. So we on board. We on board because of the chemistry, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that in and of itself right there, we should be expecting great things. I don't know what the fuck you showing Kyle Pitts for right now.
I'm throwing.
He's gonna unlock Kyle Pitts too.
I'm showing some passes.
So yeah, so that one right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so they built a chemistry right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? So and you look at, you know what I'm saying, Darnell Mooney. Let's talk about Darnell Mooney. He didn't play the last game of this season. Against the Giants, Penix targeted him 6 times, caught 5 of them. You know what I mean? Against the Commanders, 5 targets. So he has that pass distribution. You know what I'm talking about? Like this game right here. You know what I'm saying? So and that's what I'm talking about. And the accuracy that he has right there. So my thing is this right there. We got Bijan and let me see who was he thought? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Who's that? Mooney? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now we got to talk about the odd man out. Who's gonna be the odd man out though? You know what I'm saying? We picked up Nick Nash. Nick Nash came out of San Jose State, and this dude balled like he led the nation in receiving yards and touchdowns, right? But is he a slot receiver? The slot receiver we have right now is Ray McCloud. Let's be honest. Ray McCloud is a punt returner. That's all he has been. Punt returner with the Steelers, punt returner with the 49ers. He came to us. We were supposed to get Rondell Moore in slot before he got injured. Ray McCloud got inserted. So, you know, and that's Nick Nash. There you go. Nick Nash right there, man. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens with that right there. So who's going to be the odd man out? My question to you fellas, man, is with Nick Nash coming in, Ray McCloud is still slotted as the actual slot receiver. And again, I know that, you know what I'm saying, Ray McCloud, he was, you know what I'm saying, did his thing in slot, but he's a punt returner. I'm not there have been plenty of punt returners, you know what I'm saying, who turned to good receivers. The first one comes to mind, Terrence Mathis. Terrence Mathis was a punt returner for the New York Jets. He was a return man. He came down here. He became our one, opposite side of Tony Martin back in '98. You know what I mean? So, but could Nick Nash possibly be the one who comes in, gets inserted into a slot, and do things? Or from what you guys are looking at, from what you guys know from right now, who can that slot receiver be? Will it be still be that? Okay, you know what? Everything I say about slot. Do y'all think that Ray McLeod? I'm asking T. Will and E. And I ask you, Jordan, if you follow it. Do you think he'll be the starting slot receiver for us this upcoming season?
Ray.
Yeah, Ray.
Yeah.
Still? Okay. Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. Do you think Casey Washington is going to make the team with this Nick Nash dude right here? What up, Yuri? Shout out Yuri, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what's going on, T Terry? What's going on, 3 Dirty, man? Yuri, T Terry, 3 Dirty, how y'all doing? Hopefully all is well. Go ahead. Sorry about that, man.
No, for sure. So my question is this: it's kind of similar to the slot position, the slot corner for defense. It's up in the air right now. We don't know who's going to start at slot. It's not going. I don't think it's going to be D Alford, unless y'all think otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So do y'all think Ray McCullough? Well, he said he's going to start, but Nick Nash, from what he did, like I said, leading the nation in receiving yards and touchdowns. He can come in and do his thing right there. But with everything right now that Michael Penix is doing, building rapport, I think the sky's the limit. I think the sky's the limit. And I know a couple, like I think about a month ago, we were talking about
him in on certain packages.
Who Nash?
I don't think he's starting yet. I don't think you can take Mooney or Ray. He's definitely not taking Drake out.
Oh hell no! Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's automatic, bro. That's automatic.
I don't think he's on one. I don't think he's 1, 2, or 3. I think he might be 2 B.
2B. I got for the slot, right?
Nah, he might be 2B.
Nash.
I think Hodge is your 3B.
Kadur Hodge.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, with Nick Nash, his age is, I mean, he's 26. He's got to compete right away. He's got to have a strong preseason. He's got to show up every single game. I think Ray had I had Ray in fantasy, so I was keeping an eye on Ray. But he sat on my bench all year. I think he did solid enough in comparison to like the quarterback play before Penix that just see what he's got. I think he's going to start the year at slot, but I don't know if he's going to necessarily be there halfway through the season at the slot. It's very possible Casey Washington ends up being that spot, and it's possible Nick Nash does. I mean, I think at 26 he needs to go right now, because I mean Ray's been in this league for how long, and he's only 2 years older than Nick Nash.
Right.
So I think Ray's gonna start. But if Nick Nash has a good strong preseason, then there's a chance that he will start week 1 in the slot.
Okay.
Let's look at Ray. So Ray had 686 yards on 6.
This is a solid year as a wide receiver 3. I mean, he didn't have the touchdowns.
But that's nothing to sneeze at. Like, you know, I don't know that we can definitively say that anyone is going to dethrone Ray. Like that's you know what I mean, as a number.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't think he was playing at a level of where somebody's just gonna come in and he's outshining him. He wasn't doing nothing wrong.
For sure. Do you think we can get the same production from Ray McLeod as we did last year?
I think it'll get more. I think he'll be more productive with Penix in there than he was with Kirk. Kirk, first couple of games wasn't good. Then he caught fire.
Yeah.
Then he got hurt. So most of the time, with Kurt, you really didn't even have Kurt.
You got that
So
right.
if you
Yeah,
had,
I totally feel you on that. Yeah.
if you had a total 100% healthy Kurt, I think you would have had a better run rate.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with a 100% healthy Michael Penix, you're gonna have a better run rate.
Agreed. Now I agree with that. Uncle Steve, what's up, guys? Hodge is the next guy, not Nash. Nash will start the year on the practice squad. There aren't
Yeah.
that many wide receiver spots, guys.
I agree with that.
I feel you on that. I totally feel you. Yeah, I mean, because you got guys
Where
like
did you see
Chris
that at?
Blair and Ali. Yeah, so I feel you on that.
Where did you see that at?
Who you talking to?
Terry.
Uncle Steve.
Oh,
You see it?
where did you see that? Oh, that was just. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that was definitely happening. I get it now.
No, yeah, man,
I
man.
can't
Uncle
have
Steve
it
is giving
read
a prediction. Yeah.
because it's on my phone, so I can't have read the screen. If you see me like looking to the right, I put it on the TV, but then I figured I need to just look at the phone and whatever. I can't read it.
Right, for sure. So I say all that to say this. I do agree with you, gentlemen, that I think Drake London has the potential of being the top yards receiver in the league. And I know, you know what I'm saying, that Jamar Chase, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Justin Jefferson, I get it. But the same with Justin Jefferson, that's a quarterback issue right up they got up going on right now in Minnesota. So we got to see about that. You look at Drake London, 6'5", who's already built a rapport with Michael Penix Jr., and they were doing their thing. And Drake London, at this point, he's a, you know what I'm saying, he's not a master, but he can take that 50-50 ball because of his height. And he did it. And he's doing it.
Yes.
That's something right there that we can we gotta look at as being Drake London as being a top receiver in the NFL.
No, he's great at contested catches. I agree with that.
That's a great question, Kerry. So Kerry, that's a great question. So Drake, Mooney, Ray, Washington, Hodge. That's 5 right there. We gotta look at Chris. You know what I'm saying? We gotta look at Ali. We gotta look at Blair, and Nick Dash. So that's a great question. So that's a great question, Kerry.
Who's the guy we signed to return punts?
I don't know.
They
Bro.
can still keep wide receivers and put them on special teams, though.
Right, but you're not gonna. But we're not gonna keep more than 6 though. Agree? You think so?
Guys, let me ask you this: can you see Kyle? Okay, so let me take a step back and introduce it. Drake got over 1,000 last year. Mooney came within 8 yards of getting 1,000. Do you think we have 3 1,000-yard receivers this year?
Who's the third?
No.
Kyle Pitts.
No. It's really hard for a receiving core in general to have 3 1,000-yard seasons. Like, we're talking about one of the greatest passing seasons in league history. I don't think there's a single receiving core in the entire league that has a receiving core with 3 guys who can get 1,000 yards right now.
I don't think we do that because I think once Penix start lighting people up, I think they're gonna back up and we'll run the ball.
That's what we should. We got the best 1-2 punch in the league right now, other than Detroit. And I said we can have the best 1-2 punch in the league. Period.
Yeah.
With Bijan Algier. Now what them boys doing up in Detroit, you know what I'm saying? With Gibbs and Montgomery, you know what I'm saying? I get it. Montgomery come off an injury, but Bijan and Algier, man, 1-2 punch all day. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons I don't think we'll have 3,000-yard receivers because of what we're going to be doing as far as the run game is concerned.
All right, let me ask you another question.
T-Will, you really stuffing your face right now, bro.
Bro,
what are you eating?
What the fuck you eating, man? You're really stuffing your face during my analysis.
I'm hungry too.
I couldn't help it, D.
Yeah. Let me guess. Is that soup you was eating? Let me guess. Is that Chick-fil-A soup?
No, it's not.
You got an egg salad sandwich?
Let me get on. I gotta go on camera right quick. Let me go on camera right quick. Yeah. So yesterday during the show yesterday, T-Will was showcasing this Chick-fil-A soup that he was so proud of. showing to the camera and everything. You guys see this suit from Chick-fil-A? I got a soup right here. All I'm gonna say is this. I'm like, good for you. All I'm gonna say is this. I ain't saying. I'm just saying during the post game, T-Will was eating, and that soup was on standby. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, wow.
That soup was on standby. I'll leave it at that. I can't believe you said it. Sorry, I'm sitting there giving my analogy, saying just stuff in your face, bro.
Could not help it, man.
What are you eating right now? Tell the world what you're eating right now, bro.
Man. Huh?
What are you eating? The rice cake?
It's ice cream. Oh my god, it's so delicious.
Right.
It's bad for you, bro.
Which is good for you, right? Which is good for you, right?
That's not all you was eating. What else was you eating?
No, bro. Thank you. Eat. Yeah. Eat. That's eat. No, hell no.
Bro,
I ain't buying that shit.
Became the fucking Chick-fil-A soup now. That ain't what you was eating.
You ain't. Hey.
You was shooting ice cream,
bro. Can we all agree that? Can we all agree? No. Can we all agree? But to get a poll, can we all agree you don't eat ice cream like this?
Yeah. Nobody chewing the milkshake.
It was a cherry in the milkshake.
And you were okay, bro. I mean, okay, all right.
They put about 10 cherries in there. Cause you've been eating for a minute.
During my whole analysis, you've been eating, bro. My bad. I didn't know my analysis. So okay,
bro. Me and Jordan.
You mean to no. You mean to tell me that? Cause I'm gonna run this shit back. You mean to tell me the whole time you just eating ice cream?
Yes.
I ain't never seen nobody eat no ice cream like that before, bro.
I don't give a damn who tell it. Not eating ice cream.
I'm telling you, that's all it is ice cream.
You're like you were talking about earlier. You're like, man, I ate those nachos. I didn't feel well, and then you're over here eating ice cream.
Hey, man.
That part, bro.
Look,
I thought you had upset stomach, bro. You said earlier you eating ice cream. Eating nachos from a movie theater.
Better now.
I feel better. I'm glad this show's making you feel better that you can eat ice cream like this. Okay, I'm calling bullshit.
Definitely bullshit.
Oh shit! I can't believe you guys. Oh.
Definitely bullshit.
Oh, that was funny.
That's all I got with the receivers, bro.
What the hell are we talking?
Hey, T-Will, thank you for killing my segment, bro.
I wasn't trying to kill your segment, man. I was enjoying your.
You could care less about what I was. Well, you know, this receiver might do this. This receiver might do that. I didn't say you,
dude. Bro.
He don't even know what you said. He was
yeah. Break down what I said. Yeah, good point. Break down what I said a little bit ago, T. Will you tell me 3 key points what I said about the receivers?
3 key points you said about the receivers. Okay, you said number 1. Excuse me.
God damn, bro. Come on, man.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. You said
ice cream. That was ice cream, right?
That was ice cream.
Hamburger.
That's like a hamburger burnt to me, bro.
Yeah.
That sounds like a spicy chicken sandwich burnt to me, bro.
That was ice cream. So you said that Drake is great at making contentious catches. And going up and getting 50-50 balls.
Okay, go ahead.
You did say that.
Go ahead.
You said that Nick Nash would probably be our slot receiver. That
what did he say about that?
He didn't agree with that.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, all right. All right.
Yeah, I was listening, bro.
What's the third point I said?
Hey, I'm trying to think of it because that's where I was really.
Yeah, you can't think of it because you were stuffing your face, bro. With that double cheeseburger, bro.
It's not a double cheeseburger. Just give me a sec. So you were saying you were also saying shit.
There's some bullshit.
You,
this whole segment. Now I know.
It's a good segment, man.
I'm glad you enjoyed that fucking spicy chicken sandwich you ate, bro. and waffle fries. The fuck.
And in all seriousness, Do you think what? Why is it every time we get into something like that, Jordan always gotta he gotta wait to the end and then stir it up just a little bit.
All I'm saying is this: I trust you. I trust you. I've never in my life seen nobody eat no fucking ice cream like that.
There was a cherry in it. There was
That one cherry made you go. It's all to the G, bro. It's all to the G. Unbelievable. Unreal, bro.
Yeah, a cherry.
I'm calling bullshit.
Cherry on top.
I ain't never seen nobody eat no cherry like that before. Yo, that cherry must have been the size of a goddamn boulder, a bowling ball, fool.
But the cherry was on top of the hamburger.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, E. That's what it was.
Wow.
There you go, E.
Oh, wow. That's incredible, man. What the hell are we? No, seriously. Do you guys think that Penix can throw for 4,000 yards this year?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I think he's going to have one. I mean, if you got a top 3 receiver in Drake London, yeah, and you got Mooney, for sure. And those are just the pieces that we know.
I think that this offense can really, really, really be dynamic, and I think so because the one thing you have with Penix is somebody who can make throws that other folks can't, right? So I went back and looked at that game against Washington, and that throw that he made to Kyle got on him so quick. Like if you look at it from one vantage point, you see it. But if you look at it coming out of Penix's hand, man,
yeah, awesome. Yeah, amazing throw.
They didn't even see it, bro.
Yeah, amazing. He zipped it in, bro. Yeah,
they did not even see it, and it's like if the throws that he's making, you can't prepare for, right? Because it's like you turn around, boom. It reminds me a little bit, just a little bit, of early John Elway. How John used to get balls on people, that's the kind of, and I'm not saying he's gonna be anything like Elway. I'm just saying his arm reminds me of that, like the way it just gets on people. So I say that to say that, yeah, man, I honestly I think Penix can get 4,500 yards this year. I really do.
Well, the only thing I'm stopping at 4,000. The reason I say that, bro, because you got a dynamic running back who could run for 2,000 yards.
Yeah. Agreed. I look at the Falcons. I'm not saying this will happen, but they have the weapons to be a top 3 offense this year. I'm not saying it will happen. Okay. For me, the floor for this offense is top 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's the floor. The ceiling for me is top 3. Give me your thoughts, Debo, Jordan, Eric. You agree? You disagree? Give me your thoughts.
The ceiling is number 1. What the fuck you get in that top 3?
I was afraid. I was afraid. I was afraid to put that out there. I was totally afraid to put that out there.
Wouldn't that be the ceiling for everybody though? Number 1.
No,
you can't really go past 1 here. So 1 would have to be the ceiling.
No, there's some offenses that are so bad their ceiling isn't even top 10, right? I'm saying realistically, right? This Falcons team's floor is top 10. Like worst case scenario, I expect them to hit top 10, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. But the ceiling would still have to be number 1.
So you're guaranteeing this offense is going to be top 10 this year?
I think I am. Yeah,
I'll totally cash in on that, bro.
I think I am. Yeah, I mean, because again, here's the thing: who are you going to stop, right? So let's say you do want to come up and play bump and run or whatever. You ain't going to be able to cover everybody. Somebody's going to run by you. Either Drake, Mooney, somebody's going to run by you. Let's say you want to play back. Okay, to Eric, to Debo's point, we'll just run the ball down your throat then. That's you're not, you pick your poison is what I'm saying. Pick your poison. So, yeah, I feel like, because make no mistake about it, Kirk had 5 just games, excuse me for saying this, that were just ass. They were just donkey hooters. And our offense was still great last year. I mean, if you look at before week 10 when he got hurt, Kirk was 3rd in passing yards in the league. We were 6-3. All was well. It was a different time. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, another dynamic, man, has to be Z-Rob, man, Zach Robinson. His second year, he has
Yeah.
all these guys who know his offense for a second year, bro. So it's something to think about right there.
Yeah.
Agreed. Agreed 100%. I mean, I just, and I'm trying to be conservative because I know my brother's going to be like, oh, the ceiling is number one. I'm just trying to be conservative, but I legitimately feel like worst case scenario. I'm not saying you could put a monkey in there and they could be top 10. Ha ha, hee hee. What I am saying is, with Zach Robinson, with who we got at quarterback with these receivers, I just can't see us doing worse than top 10 in the league. I just can't. I don't know. Am I wrong, guys? Am I wrong?
No. I
No,
like I said, I
I don't
agree with you
think so.
100%, bro. Sure.
All right, Jordan,
I-
give me your assessment because I know
from what I learned with the Eagles, not this year, but two seasons ago, is that it doesn't matter who the players are, but a coach can single-handedly make your offense or defense trash. So I think every NFL team's floor is bottom 10. I think every single team, even the Chiefs, the Eagles, I think all of their offensive, defensive ceilings are bottom 10 at the very best. Some floors are worse than that, but
didn't you guys prove the opposite though last year? Because in spite of your coach, you won the Super Bowl anyway.
Because we got two new play callers because our play callers before that were so bad they couldn't get AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, one of the best offensive lines in football, Jalen Hurts, and a solid run game with DeAndre Swift doing anything. Like it was the most frustrating I have ever seen an Eagles offense since probably the Dream Team.
Wait a minute. Wait, not to cut you off, Jordan, but didn't you win in 2017? And didn't you say your coach was trash then? Didn't you say you won in spite of your coach?
No, our head coach, our offensive coordinator. Like I'm talking about play calling, basically.
Okay.
So our offensive coordinator, the year we won the first Super Bowl, I mean, we were doing a lot of RPO. I mean, that was really the start of this RPO renaissance. I mean, that was killing every team that we played against, and Nick Foles was playing it to perfection. So, but the thing is, Doug Peterson ended up going and taking over play calling later on in his tenure with the Eagles, and he's just the most generic play caller ever. That all he would do is RPOs, and RPO is just a fad at that point. I mean, now teams use RPOs now, but nowhere near the extent that the Eagles did during that run.
Okay.
It's just the floor. I won't, like, for me, the Eagles floor is
hold on.
It's bottom 5, bottom 10.
That's now. What's up. That's what's up. If I may, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever seen somebody eat a milkshake or ice cream and wipe their mouth?
Yeah.
That's because I had ice cream on my mouth.
Okay.
Ice cream.
Oh my God.
Who gets ice cream around their mouth when they eating ice cream? He probably got some wings over there.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, I've never seen no wipe their mouth after eating ice cream or a milkshake, bro.
There's whipped cream in the milkshake. You guys don't get whipped cream in your milkshake?
I don't drink milkshake, period. I'm just saying, bro. Typically, somebody eat a milkshake with spoon or a straw, which eliminates the fact that you get anything on your lip or whatever, bro.
Here's my spoon, dude.
Okay.
So why are you getting if you got a spoon?
Hold up, that's Sonic. So hold up. You went to Sonic's got a milkshake.
No,
you get nothing else.
My wife went to Sonic and bought me a milkshake.
Right, that's it.
Because she loves me.
She just got you a milkshake. That was it.
That was it. That's all I asked for. That's
not
it.
the 3 cheeseburgers.
Yeah. I'm saying, none of. Okay. All right. Okay. I trust you, bro. Hey, you know what, T? I trust you. I trust you.
I'm not going near any burgers, sir. After the
I
day
trust you.
I'm not. You ain't got to
Yeah.
worry,
Just like you were down that soup yesterday, right?
bro. I did. I had some soup earlier.
That soup was a prop, nigga. Go ahead, Jordan. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jordan.
I don't know what I was saying. Like the Eagles right now. They're gonna have a new offensive play caller this year. If their play calling, I think he's our quarterback coach. I think he got promoted, or a pass game coordinator. I don't remember. But I frankly don't know who he is. But if he's anything like the transition we had after we went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Chiefs, there's a very real possibility that the Eagles end up a bottom 10 offense. I mean, it's very hard to do that with a talented team, but some coaches find a way. And I started to realize that it doesn't matter how talented this Eagles offense is. I love every single position. I think every single position we could have a Pro Bowl level player at worst. And I mean, somehow, if you just don't know how to run the ball the right way, or you don't know concepts as a play caller, you can trash an entire offense. It leads to what happened in 2023 when we would pass the ball on first down, and it would just be either a quick slant, a quick out route, just a quick pass. It would only gain 2 yards. Next play, we run, gain 3 yards. Cool. Then we're passing, and and nobody's getting open because everybody's just doing curls. That's not even going to get the first down. That was the entire offense. I was so frustrated watching 2023 because I knew how talented we were at every single position, and the offensive play calling was horrendous. So, Zach Robinson, he comes from the McVay tree. McVay's predecessors, or not predecessors, but like students to him who have gone on to other jobs have been hit or miss. Some of them have been great, like Kevin O'Connell, and some of them have end up just not doing anything, like the Kubiak ended up learning.
So T. Terry said something about wide receiver Quincy Skinner. Y'all know about him?
Yeah, he was another one that was he did really well in college. He did really well in college, but I gotta be honest, I don't see him making the team. I don't see him making the team. And no disrespect to him, but let's look at who we already got, right? So we know we got Drake, we know we got Mooney, we know we got Ray Ray. We know you're gonna have Kadero Hodge because he's a whiz at special team. Who's the guy we signed to return kicks? What's his name? Damn it.
Was he a corner?
No,
or is he a receiver?
He's a receiver, I think. But hang on. Let me go to Scott's page here. Let me go to Scott's page, and I'll find it.
Look at Brian Skinner. I mean, look at Skinner. I mean, Brian Snicker. Well, you know, we got to. I don't know.
Let's see here. Scott Karasik. Here we go.
Hey, Raheem Morris. Hey, I have a quick question for you. How do normal people eat milkshakes from Tom?
Hey, Jordan, what's going on, buddy? What's going on, buddy? What's going on, buddy? How you doing, man?
Oh shit!
I'm doing great, Ray.
What's up? Yeah. What you got, man? What you got?
How do normal people drink milkshakes
Oh,
from Sonic?
Well, in Jersey, we do it on a straw, but down south. I mean, down south now, and sometimes they do it with a spoon, and sometimes they do they have what's called a timeout special. There's there's a drink without timeouts, like me. I don't do timeouts. Can't do it. So, but like T-Boy did, he did with a straw or a spoon, or just he just drinks it. But that's what happens, man. What's going on, Terry? What's up, boy?
What's going on, Coach Ron? How you doing tonight, man? All well?
Yeah, everything's good. Everything's good.
Okay.
What's going on, buddy?
Okay.
Just sitting here in Florida, Brent, setting the standard. We got the standard right here, bro. Yeah.
Gotta set the standard, Coach Ron. How you feeling about these receivers you got, man?
Love them, love all of them. But more importantly, I love Kirk. Love him.
I think you should put Kirk on special teams.
I might have to. He got to be on the field. Hey, like when Kirk, when you playing, 6-3, we're 6-3, and things happen, But I love Kirk. That's my guy.
Kirk.
I gotta go, guys. Y'all gotta take care.
All right. Thanks, Coach Ron. Thanks, Coach.
Love you guys. All right, bye. Yeah.
Jamal Agnew. I didn't know how. I forgot you guys signed him. I mean, Jamal Agnew is a better returner than Ray. I will guarantee that. I mean, Jamal Agnew was one of the best returners in the league a couple years ago. He's a great returner. I mean, he went to the Jaguars, I think, last year. So, you're not going to get much from him on the Jags. But I think he's got a real good chance of being the starting returner for this team. I mean, he's already.
So that's 5 right there. Is what I'm saying, right? You got Drake, you got Mooney, you got Ray, you got Kadero Hodge, you got Jamal Agnew. If we're keeping 6 receivers, right, then that leaves Casey Washington, Nick Nash, Chris Blair, and a whole Quincy Skinner back here, a whole bunch of other folks.
My guess, if Hodge or Washington have really good preseasons, don't be shocked if Ray gets cut. Because then Jamal.
I told you feeling that, bro, and that's what I was saying earlier. I we'll see.
Agnew can be your returner. Even Nick Nash, you can throw in that conversation if they have a really good preseason, and just don't be shocked if one of them moves into that wide receiver 3 spot in the slot. And I mean, Agnew, I think Agnew is probably going to be your starting returner. I mean, he is better than Ray. If he's not better than Ray in the preseason, I'd be really shocked, because then at that point, Agnew's whole career is done.
Damn. Okay.
You can say hi to the UFL.
Wow.
Hey, man, shout out to UFL, man. Real talk.
We're supposed to have a segment on the UFL, and I left it off the tip, so I guess we got to do it next week. Well, you know what? Very quickly, you bring up the UFL. You had some things you wanted to talk about. We got a few 10, 20 minutes. Let's talk about it. What were your thoughts on the UFL?
Yeah, so do me a favor. Bring up a photo of all the United Football League teams, because that'll help jog my memory. So DC Defenders, they went and won the championship a couple weeks ago. Jordan Ta'amu won MVP, had a fantastic game. Jordan Ta'amu should have a job in the NFL, but I don't think anyone's going to give him a shot. He's statistically one of the greatest UFL, United States Football League, XFL quarterbacks ever, if you include even the 80s USFL franchise. But they're looking to expand going into next year. I've heard anywhere from 2 to 4 teams. I'd ideally like 4.
They can put the Saints in the UFL.
Oh, wow. That's not nice, Eric. It's funny, but that's not nice, Eric.
They wouldn't put a team with a championship in
Oh, no, he did. Let me cut his mic off. Hold on.
We talking about a team. We talking about the last place thing, not 2009. We don't have a time machine, Jordan.
Let me cut his mic off. Let me cut his mic off. All right, Jordan, go ahead, man. What you got?
All right. So with the United Football League, I expect Memphis Showboats. They're just struggling with everything. They're not a good team. Their coach left. It was Ken Wisenhunt. He left, came back, then left again permanently. They're not getting good attendance. I suggest the idea that Memphis Showboats go to San Diego because San Diego's got a huge missing fan base from when the Chargers left. It seems like all the places that don't have NFL teams or used to have NFL teams that don't now are the ones thriving. I really think you put the Showboats in San Diego. You can keep the name, keep the logo. Oh, just change them to San Diego Showboats. I think that'll work perfectly. And it would kind of reflect the San Diego fleet of the AAF, the Alliance of American Football. That was only a 1-year thing, but I love the branding of that team. Stallions are one of the best teams in the whole league still. Defenders are still one of the best teams in the league. Battlehawks are getting NFL level attendance. That's just incredible. And like when I tell people who don't watch the United Football League the attendance numbers for Battlehawks games, they're like, "What?" Like it's like they can't comprehend it. And it's because St. Louis, they could hold an NFL team again. Michigan Panthers are always doing great. San Antonio Brahmas. Ever since Wade Phillips was their head coach, then he retired, then he left. I think he's pretty much gonna be done with football altogether. But they really lost a huge chunk of the fan base with Wade Phillips. Wade was with Houston with the Roughnecks, and then with the merger with the two leagues, the Roughnecks kind of folded, and the Houston Gamblers revamped their team into the Roughnecks branding. It was really weird situation. Anyways, Wade Phillips hated it. He got offered the job for the Brahmas. He did good his first year, didn't do well at the beginning of the second year. So he left at the beginning of this year. Otherwise, when it comes and Arlington Renegades, they're not doing well in attendance. There are a lot of people in United Football League circles who are like, "Oh yeah, the championship should be in Arlington." They're not doing good with attendance at all. The Renegades kind of remind me of like they remind me like the Bills, where they have this great quarterback, right? Luis Perez. He's one of the best non-NFL quarterbacks in the whole league. He's doing great. They won the championship a couple years ago, but they just can't seem to get anything going outside of quarterback play. Defense played well this year, so there's that going into next year. As for expansion, I've seen rumors of the Philadelphia Stars getting a franchise again. Seattle Sea Dragons are pretty much a lock. I'm going to lock that in. Seattle Sea Dragons are going to get the franchise back. Seattle was great in attendance when the team was there. The Sea Dragons were pretty good. They had Ben DiNucci and Josh Gordon when they were in the XFL. So I think we can lock in Seattle. Other places, Oakland, you could probably bring back the Oakland Invaders. That would be a cool thing. Again, like I said, San Diego's an option. I just wouldn't look at places that currently have franchises. And I said the Philadelphia Stars because they regained the trademark for that team. So I wouldn't be shocked if the Stars came back, as long as they're playing in Philly. I don't want them playing in Detroit. If they're playing in Detroit, I'm never going to see a Philadelphia Stars game. One other place that I think they really need to consider is Canton, Ohio. Canton, right next to the Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame?
Yes. That stadium was a home base for a lot of teams in the United States Football League when they first came back. And they were getting great attendance numbers. I mean, that was a hub for the New Jersey Generals and the Philadelphia. And no, it wasn't the Stars. Stars were in Detroit. New Jersey Generals were one of the teams that were their base was set up in Canton, Ohio, and they were doing great attendance wise. I think you could get a team in Canton again. And like New Jersey, I mean, you could get the Generals back. They have great branding. They have a great history. I mean, Herschel Walker was there. I mean, now we can say that a president of the United States was the owner of a football team when Trump owned the Generals. I don't know how that would go over well because politics tend to divide people. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of teams that you can really consider. I wouldn't consider Los Angeles. I wouldn't be considering like Miami. Orlando would be an interesting idea. Or when the Orlando Apollos were in the Alliance of American Football, they were doing pretty well with attendance and they were undefeated. But yeah, look for Seattle. Seattle's going to be definite. I want Canton, Ohio. You need to expand to the West Coast more. San Diego, Oakland, even Sacramento. You can do one of those. And then shoot for one Northeast. Try and get Philly, New Jersey, Pittsburgh. I probably wouldn't do Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh never did well with attendance with the Maulers. So, yeah, I love where the United Football League is at right now. They changed the rules to where they're going to sign guys right after the 53-man rosters are set. So all those free agents that get dumped, they can get signed right away with the United Football League. I'm super excited. I want to see more teams. I want to see a Philadelphia team so I can root for someone. And that's the one issue that I've seen with a lot of people is they want to get involved and they like the product on the field. It's just they don't have anyone or anything to root for. And that's where expansion helps everything. So I think 4 teams would be great. Expand to 4 and make sure they're in pretty decent sized markets. That makes sense.
Let me ask you this, right? Because we all love football. You know what I mean? I mean, look, it's 10-12, darn near 10-15, and me, you, Debo, and Eric are talking football. Obviously, we love football, but why is summer or spring football never really succeeded? Like you and I were talking, and you said even the numbers for this UFL championship were down. Mm-hmm. You know, and I know we love it, but why aren't people watching it? And Debo, Eric, you guys chime in as well. But go ahead, Jordan. Give me your thoughts.
Well, the marketing for this season sucked, mainly because of Dwayne Johnson. This is actually Dwayne Johnson's fault in terms of marketing, because he was a stable point for the marketing of the United Football League in its first season. I mean, he was at the first game. He was all over the place, and him and his wife were doing a great job marketing. And while there was more commercials this year, they were very bland, and there were just, in general, wasn't great marketing for any of the products on the field. And a lot of it also was, there was no change from season 1 to season 2. Before the merger, you had 8 teams in the XFL, 8 teams in the USFL, and then you had to lose half of your fan base when you merged. They had to lose 8 teams and then go back to just these 8 teams that we see here. Okay. So a lot of teams lost their team. Some lost them again. People who grew up watching the Philadelphia Stars in the 80s lost their team twice. Okay. So there's not much trust either. Like I said, St. Louis has been doing well. DC's still doing well. Birmingham sucks with attendance. Even though they have been one of the best teams, they just, for some reason, can't get good attendance. And again, I think that's marketing. I don't know why you're not marketing the fact that the state of Alabama is home to the Alabama Crimson Tide. You should be labeling that state like, I don't know, football country or something like that. You could easily market the crap out of them, but they are just doing a terrible job with it. Houston Roughnecks, I mean, when you're you have the Houston Texans already, another issue with you're in the same place as another NFL team. Memphis Showboats. They just it was always a bad idea. They were rebranded. They were another team. I don't remember who it was, and then they relocated to Memphis and rebranded to their old name, the Showboats. It just in general is not a good idea. They don't have any notable players to their team. And then the Michigan Panthers, they have a great brand since the 80s. They've always been a really good team. And Detroit loves football. So some of these teams have great marketing and some don't. And another issue is for example, I applied to be a social media manager for the United Football League. But the thing is, when you're a social media manager, you're managing all 8 teams. So there's no
individually. Okay.
Yes, there's no individualism with any of these. Like if I want to see the Battlehawks, they have that cacaw thing that they do, and it's really cool. You can make that your staple there, and they sort of are. The Defenders, they have the beer snake, which is, and now, I mean, you're seeing that on ESPN now in between segments for the MLB and the NFL. So, I mean, they're doing a great job with branding, but there's nothing unique about the Renegades. There's we thought there was something unique with the Brahmas when Dwayne Johnson was at every game because that's what he wanted this team to be called, but we really didn't. Stallions don't really have much going. Roughnecks don't really have much going. Showboats don't have much going. And the Panthers' heritage is really carrying them. So, and another issue is previous years we had really good NFL players, or used to be good NFL players on these teams. Like Ben DiNucci was a young quarterback that was a backup that got some playing time, and then he goes to this league and does really well and gets that contract with the Broncos. Josh Gordon. Everybody knows Josh Gordon. I love Josh Gordon. Huge Josh Gordon fan. So when I saw him on the Seattle Sea Dragons, I was like, yes, I'm going to watch every single one of his games. And I did. I watched every single one of Josh Gordon's games because I love Josh Gordon. And going into this year, it was the same players as year one, and there really wasn't any big names from the NFL coming over. So I'll end this by saying what Caleb Williams came out and said he considered actually signing with the United Football League in order to not get drafted by the Bears. Now, I think that was widely overblown out of proportion, and I think Caleb has really grown a little bit since then. But I hope one of these days a star player from college says, you know what, I'm not going to play. I don't want to play in college this year. I'm going to play in the United Football League instead. You could, because you need to play a certain amount of years in college in order to be eligible for the NFL. But you can play a couple years, then go play in the United Football League, and then get drafted to the NFL. And it's a great transition for being in a pro-style offense or pro-style defense. So okay. I hope one of these days we get that star, just like Joe Namath did with the American Football League in the 60s. He went to the American Football League, and that opened the floodgates for the American Football League to end up competing with the NFL. Now, I'm not saying this league's going to compete with the NFL.
Yeah.
But at least be a great product for spring football.
Okay, fair enough. Eric, Debo, did you guys ever watch NFL Europe? You ever watch USFL back in the day?
I mean, I've seen a game or two, but not really. Not enough to say I watched it.
Okay, Debo?
I mean, back in the 90s, I watched the World League back in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Orlando Thunder, Birmingham Fire, New York, New Jersey Knights, San Antonio Riders, Sacramento Surge, Montreal Machine, you know what I'm saying? London Monarchs, Barcelona Dragons, Frankfurt Galaxy.
I mean, my man really watched it because he knows some about
I really watched it, bro. But this is like back in the spring with a World League, but I don't watch it not that much now though. But back in the day, yeah. I
Let's
mean,
look-
yeah.
Guys, we all love football. Why is nobody watching this? Like it's 10:15. We've been talking football for 2 hours. We clearly love it.
It's the same thing as why nobody watches the WNBA. You want to see the best. It has nothing to do with women. You could look at each stage of football, and the NFL gets more views than everything. And the reason is because that's what people want to see is the best. They're gonna flock to the best one.
And another thing I will point out, and I'm going to literally point the finger at some of my family and friends, because they say they're football fans, but some people are only NFL fans, or some people are only NFL and college fans, and that they just don't like anything else. Like the Canadian Football League has been a league.
But once you've had the best steak, do you still want to go to the trash steakhouse right next to it?
I knew it was.
Or when you want a steak, do you want a good steak again?
I mean, I don't know. I lived off of cheap steaks, so cheap steak to me.
Do you go get a cheap steak when you want a steak now, or do you go get a good steak though? Once you've had the good steak,
depends on what I can afford.
right? But see, if you can't afford it, exactly. You proving my point. If you can't afford it, you're going to get the good steak. You don't want the cheap steak. They can afford to watch the NFL and not watch the other league.
But to that point, that's why this is in the spring. Because there's no way this would see like 2 views, and that's family members. If this was in the fall, that's what ended up being the downfall of the USFL in the 80s, is because they wanted to compete with the NFL, and the NFL was like, no, you're not. But that's why this is in the spring. That's why Canadian Football League's in the summer and goes into the NFL season. And Canadian Football League does well. Their issue is marketing. They have no idea how to market because they have an old commissioner. So if they're able to just, it clearly can work. It's just you need business people in the background, because that's how the NFL got out the gates and did well. That's how the NBA did well to begin. You need business. You need not football minds, but business minds to be able to market this and to be able to plan financially, because that's why the AAF folded, because they couldn't afford anything. And that's why the Arena Football League folded at one point, because they have no idea how to financially have any sustainability.
Because they're not getting the fans. The fans are all for the NFL. They all for the best.
And to that point, the Battle Hawks are getting NFL level attendance. So there's clearly a market for some of these teams, like the Defenders, like the Battle Hawks, like the Panthers. But you need to pick the right places to go to, because Memphis, ain't nobody going to a Memphis Showboats game. Nobody's going. But yeah.
No, go ahead. You were saying, you guys were, go ahead. No, dude, I don't know. I know I love football. Now, me, myself, between podcasts and all this other, and work and all this stuff I got going on, I'm not going to make an excuse. I just didn't watch the UFL. You got but so much time. It just seems like every time a alternate football league tries to exist in the springtime, people complain about, and maybe maybe Eric has a point, because
it's like going to eat a trash steak on purpose.
Well, it's like I hear all the time. You can go on Facebook. Eric, you and I are friends with a lot of the same people. Debo, you and I are friends with a lot of the same people. You can go on Facebook, and ultimately, at least 5 times a week, you'll see somebody. I miss football. I miss football. But nobody's watching the UFL. So, Eric, I think you do have a point. I do. I think you do have a
And I think a lot of people can be blinded by there not being talent in these leagues. Like I watched Brandon Aubrey before he was with the Cowboys in the USFL. I watched Cavante Turpin dominate, win MVP with the New Jersey Generals, and then and dominate with the Cowboys. I mean, he's now the best returner in the entire league. So there's clearly some talent in these leagues. I mean, the NFL is going to miss on some talent. I mean, you got to.
It's not just the talent, though. It's the talent and the presentation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The presentation is nowhere near the NFL's presentation. So it looks like you're watching a high school game.
Yeah, you need to market. And some of these teams just do not have any idea how to market. And that's why you need business guys at the top to be able to guide these teams and financially plan. Otherwise, you need someone like the NFL in a similar way that the NBA does with the WNBA.
For sure, but it's not so much that they don't have the money to market.
Right.
Yeah. That's the issue. They don't get the money to market that shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's why.
And on top of that, and another thing, bro. Let's be real. As it stands right now, the NFL is a year-round sport.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL is a year. Man, the NFL, free agency, the draft, the combine, schedule releases, voluntary, involuntary camps.
Great point.
Dog, the NFL got shit on lock year fucking round. If you don't believe me, look at last year. The NFL was like, the NBA was like, oh no, we have on Christmas Day. That's our day. NFL said, okay, we'll see what happens. These motherfuckers, they play games with Christmas, and what happened? Blew the NBA out.
No, Debo, you know what, Debo? That I did not think about that, but you have a great point in the fact that the NFL has become so big that they make an event out of everything. I didn't think about that, but you're right. They do make an event out of OTAs. They obviously make an event out of the draft. They make an event out of everything. I did not think about that, but you're right. You're 100% right.
So people can, you know what I'm saying, or leagues or UFL or you know what I'm saying, they can try. They can't do it. It's not going. They can't do it. Two things with the UFL. They don't have the finances. They don't have the capital, and the NFL has decided to make this thing year-round thing. The UFL and that's why it is what it is.
And I think that's why the United Football League has been like open and in stating that like they're a development league. At the end of the day, this league is here to help guys try and get to the NFL because I mean that's what they advertise is like this is a way for guys to get to the NFL. And I mean we see a lot of United Football League players on NFL rosters.
But,
I mean
right, for sure. But NFL fans like myself, like T Will, like yourself, like E, we don't care about all that.
No,
that's real. We don't care about all that. T Will, how many games have you seen?
Man, I don't give me the line, bro. I couldn't.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question, T Will.
Yeah.
I'm matter of fact, I'll ask all of y'all. If out of fucking nowhere, the Falcons said, you know what, we're gonna do a scrimmage. We're gonna scrimmage the Saints. What's gonna get more airplay? Will you watch that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But T was saying, you said you didn't have time to watch that stuff.
But you're right.
Right. So it's a one thing.
I was just gonna let him talk. That was definitely a bullshit excuse.
That's a bullshit excuse. You got plenty of time to watch that UFL shit, nigga. This is what's going on. That damn double cheeseburger T will had a little big against his head.
I did not. Kim, are you in here?
That's because he ate it all. He ate it all already.
Will you tell them you only brought me a milkshake, please, from Sonic?
Why you tell her what to say?
Yeah.
Why you just ask her what she brought you?
Yeah, you should say like, "What'd you bring me from Sonic?"
You done messed it up now. Don't try to.
Don't even bring Kim into it now, bro.
They can't hear you, Kim.
You told her what to say.
I did not
heard
tell her what to
Bill
say. She
Feaster.
didn't even say
You
that.
told her exactly what to say. When you tell them that you brought me a milkshake.
Because
Mhm.
she
You did say
did.
that exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's like yo. That's like me having, you know what I'm saying, a chick, and you know what I'm saying, and I bring another chick in. Hey,
Got many chicks, Debo. Stop it.
for sure, you already know. But like that's like me saying, hey,
Tell her you my
hey,
cousin.
Keisha, tell her that we didn't fuck.
Whoa! Hey, you trying to get me kicked off YouTube? What are you doing, Debo? Come on, man. Come on. Slow down. Slow your roll.
But my point is this though:
I get your
you
point.
got plenty of time to watch UFL.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Everybody does. If you found out that the Falcons and the Saints were scrimmaging on ESPN, would you watch it?
Definitely.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah, I told you I agree. That was definitely a bullshit excuse.
I tell you, I used to really enjoy the Arena Football League. That was fun to me. I love
the
the
Arena
Arena
Football
Football League. I wish they bring it back.
So
And
you would have time to watch that.
I certainly would. Yeah, I certainly would.
Oh, yeah, Tom Walker. Okay, yeah.
Yes,
I like watching it because there are guys who come up, and there are guys who never play football like in high school or college, and then end up playing in these leagues, and then just are amazing, and then they go to the NFL like Brandon Aubrey, and like Brandon Aubrey didn't do anything. Jake Bates played no college football and had not only one of the best seasons for an NFL kicker, any spring football league kicker, but one of the combining the two, he had one of the best seasons by any kicker in any level of football history.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Jordan.
Yeah.
You've done a pitch for the UFL for the past, for past couple of minutes. The pitch that you did, do you think that will convince somebody to watch the UFL?
No, because at the end of the day, there are people who are. This goes back to what I said. There are people who are NFL and college fans, and that's really it. And like and to Eric's point, like about the steak, and he like once you had the great steak, are you really going to go back to it? And like for me, like I like all steak. And I'm willing to watch because I love to see these players play and get shots in the NFL. I do believe there's quite a few guys on United Football League rosters that can go.
Yeah, shit. The Falcons just signed. Yeah, the Falcons just signed one, bro.
Like Jordan Ta'amu.
Yeah, the Falcons just signed the top Russian UFL.
Yeah, exactly. And Jordan Ta'amu, I'm a firm believer in this. Jordan Ta'amu is better than Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson.
Here's the thing about Jordan Ta'amu. Okay, I hear what you said. Just how come he ain't done it? Jordan Ta'amu is one of the best one of the best UFL players for the past couple of years. How come he can't break through?
I don't know. He was given a shot with the I think it was the Bucks, but that was the same year they drafted Trask and signed Baker Mayfield, or they just signed Baker Mayfield. So he was never going to make the roster in the first place. Like there's some guys who they're like, oh yeah, we'll sign this guy to like compete for our third string job. They did that with Luis Perez with the Rams. And even though they do well, they're like, oh, sorry, we already have two capable guys. And there's bias with the NFL. Like, and one example is Nathan Rourke, who's Canadian Football League quarterback. He had a fantastic last preseason with the Jaguars. He's that guy who was on ESPN, the number one play of the week, and he broke out of a tackle, and as his helmet's being grabbed, he slingshot the ball like 30 yards into the end zone for a touchdown. He had a fantastic preseason, and Jaguars cut him. And he signed with the Giants when they had Daniel Jones, and he signed as a practice squad quarterback. Despite Daniel Jones playing and then leaving, he didn't get called up to do anything. So I believe there's a bias in the NFL towards certain players. Like certain coaches just want certain players on their roster guys who maybe fit their scheme more over more talented guys who have proven that they can be successful. And that's why Nathan Rourke is going to be playing in the Canadian Football League. That's probably why his brother Curtis, who played for University of Ohio this year, I think he went undrafted. He's probably just going to end up going and playing in the Canadian Football League and say screw it.
Okay,
I think if you got somebody that comes in and balls behind a position where you drafted up high, they're not gonna see the field no way because they didn't draft them up high. It's got something to do with not wanting to look stupid for drafting somebody up high.
That is a great point. You guys are making some great points. That's a great point. Eric, you and I talk. I can't think of the guy's name, but every time he used to play for the Falcons. I swear, Jordan.
I just was looking at a picture of him on my Instagram earlier. I know who you're talking about. I met him at Dave and Buster's. Anton Smith.
They would never. Let me tell you something, Jordan. Debo, you remember Anton Smith?
Yeah, man. Every time he touched the ball, he like ran like 50 yards for a touchdown. Yeah.
And they would not let him play. They would not let him. And I never understood that, because when I tell you this dude was fast, this dude has some get somewhere in those shoes. And I don't care if it was a screen. I don't care if it was a slant. I don't care if it was a handoff. That dude, when he touched the ball, was magic. But I don't think he even played 20% of the time. Like, they would not let him play. And wasn't he a walk-on, Eric? Was he a walk-on?
I don't think so. I think they signed him from somebody else.
I just remember each time he touched the ball, he just ran for a touchdown each time.
Yeah, I don't remember but yeah, every time. It seemed like every single time he touched the ball.
Every time he touched the ball, he ran like 7 yards for a touchdown. I never seen anything like it.
But they would never start him. I asked him about that. He just kind of looked at me like you know why.
I mean, they wouldn't. This dude. I'm trying to see if I can bring up some.
What years was he there?
It's about he was with us about from 2013 to 2015.
Yeah,
that was it.
Who was in front of him though? That's why. It's because of who was in front of him. It wasn't because of his talent though. They tried to throw shit out there like he couldn't block or something, but that was bullshit.
But yeah, there's guys like this on every single NFL roster that like are very talented enough to be starters, and just because coaches are like, no, we're good.
Yeah, no, I drafted this dude over here at that position in the first-second round.
Look at Joint. He literally did it every game. Look at him.
I mean, I never because he did it every time he touched the ball.
Damn near every time he was gone.
It wasn't a rarity. Like, I mean, dude, every time he touched the ball, he's gone.
Like, I've learned, especially with the United Football League, how much bias goes in the NFL and like roster decisions and stuff like that. Because Jordan Ta'amu is definitely, in my opinion, he's better than Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. I think he would fit the Colts offense a lot better than both of those two. But even regardless of that, he's more than capable of being a backup quarterback to Patrick Mahomes, to Josh Allen, to Jalen Hurts, to Joe Burrow. Here's another guy who's probably he might get traded soon. Eagles backup quarterback Tanner McKee. There have been teams calling about him because this dude is just every time I see him, he's just dominating. If Jalen Hurts got hurt this year, I'd still think we'd win 10 games because Tanner McKee is that good. I believe he will be a starter in the next year or two somewhere. We'll end up trading him because teams have already called before CJ Stroud went to the Texans. Texans were calling about him. There have been a lot of teams calling about him because he's just I mean, Kenny Pickett sucked last year with the Eagles offense, and Tanner McKee was just throwing dot after dot after dot after dot. Even when A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith weren't even in the game, and because it was the final week of the regular season, Tanner McKee was still throwing dots with backups. I mean, he was still doing well. And every preseason, he's the best quarterback on the field every single preseason, no matter who we're facing, because he's a really good player. So there are guys that always fall under the radar. They might have unlucky a college career. They might get hurt in college. They might not play at all in college. And or they may be playing the wrong sport, like Jake Bates, who's playing soccer. He was playing college soccer. And then he's like, you know what? Let me try to make this United Football League team. He goes out, has a game-winning 64-yard field goal, led the league in scoring, had one of the best seasons I've ever seen of a kicker at any level of in any league. And then he goes to the NFL, and he was one of the best kickers in the NFC last year. We voted him at Old Legacy the NFC North Kicker of the Year. He was one of the best kickers in the league last year. So there are guys who fall under the radar, and if they fall under the radar, and there's clear biases in the NFL, and the next Tom Brady could be just sitting on his couch right now, and we'd never know because NFL teams don't want to give him a shot.
That's fair. Again, Eric and I spent many a nights like, what the hell is going on? Because when I tell you Anton, look, I don't have a percentage, but I swear to you, I've seen him do what we saw on that video at least 10 times. I mean, it was nothing. Okay, we bring in Anton Smith, and it's a toss sweep, and it's not 20 yards. It's 60, 70 yards touchdown, and they wouldn't play him. So I think you're absolutely right. Definitely appreciate it. Gentlemen, hey, I appreciate everybody joining. Those of you who joined us in the chat, we really appreciate you. We thank you for sticking with us for this 2 hours and 21 minutes. Really appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Eric, I know that you like to tell these folks that they can find you at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in what section, sir?
109.
109. There, the man.
Nobody said nothing about no 9. 101.
101. Okay, my bad. It didn't come across clear. Section 101. Come check him out. Debo, tell these folks where they can find you. And I'm assuming you got another restaurant you're previewing this weekend. Is that right, sir?
Is it Sonic?
Man. Yeah, and there ain't gonna be no Sonic, and I'm not just going to a Sonic for no damn milkshake.
Yeah. That's why he brought up the restaurant, because he's thinking about that hamburger in front of him.
Yeah, man, yeah, that double burger. That's what I want to do. Hey, for sure. Hey, T-Will, I'm going to that Sonic in Forest Park, man, getting a milkshake and a double burger. I'm gonna call it T-Will meal.
Oh my God, I'm thinking about going with y'all. What's that place y'all going to in Gwinnett?
Fingers, fool.
Yeah, I'm thinking about joining y'all there, man.
No, you can't do that. No. That's a no. Yeah, me and Eric, we're gonna ball out. We're gonna eat things you can't have, bro.
T-Will, you gotta eat
salad, T-Will, you might be able to have some celery, you know what I'm saying, ranch, you know what I'm saying, but no.
Why y'all up here cursing at me? Come on, man, using that foul language. Celery. Shit. Yeah. Okay.
Celery restaurant. Debo Vibes on YouTube, man. Debo Vibes on Instagram, TikTok, Debo Vibes on X. Yeah, come at me.
Hey, man, get at your boy. Also, don't forget, Debo has a show on Tuesdays, man. Great show. They talk about the 90s. They talk about Vegas. They talk about so many topics that were just entertaining and times where you had to be there and what they were like. So it is a great show. Of course, they just had Yuri on there. They've got Debo and his twin, which they look alike, except for Debo's twin has a grayer beard and a high school.
He's stressed out.
Or that. But yeah, man, it's a good show. You guys have to check it out. It's typically Tuesday nights, right, Debo?
Yeah, Tuesdays at 7:15, sometime on Wednesday, but typically Tuesday on 7:15. Yes, sir.
Typically Tuesday nights, so check it out. Jordan, what you got going on, man? Tell these folks where they can find you.
You can find me at Old Legacy, ULTGACY. I don't know. Next couple of weeks are going to be a little slow. MLB draft is coming up soon, so that's pretty much what we're looking for. And I just posted that Super Bowl 53 was the worst Super Bowl ever. So you can go like and comment on that.
Super Bowl, was that the one with the Patriots and the Rams?
Yes, it was.
That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, Jordan, we've been on air for going on 15 minutes away from 5 hours, bro. So just
and I'm hungry, but you're eating, so it's okay. Everything's fine.
I didn't eat. I just had a milkshake. I did not eat, Jordan. I'm telling you, I did not eat. I don't know why you guys don't believe me. Jesus. Anyway, Jordan,
we see you eating.
You didn't. You saw me. You saw me consuming a cherry in a milkshake.
We definitely saw you eat.
I was not eating. Anyway, whatever. Jordan and I will be back tomorrow to finish Zack Snyder's Justice League, which was a great movie, by the way. Hey, man, I hope everybody in this chat has an amazing weekend. You guys be safe. Enjoy yourselves. Everybody on this panel, man, hey, I just thank God for you brothers, man. I have the most fun when we do these podcasts. I really mean it. I enjoy it. And I wouldn't want to do anything else with anybody else, man. I really enjoy podcasting with y'all. I want to thank Mr. Eric Parker and Mr. Jack Spade for giving me a start in this business. I want to thank Mr. Debo Vibes and obviously Mr. Jordan Burton for just being my road dogs and my partners in crime in this podcast thing. Miss Carrie, thank you. Bodie, thank you. Everybody in the chat, thank you. You guys have an amazing night. Again, thank you, God, for waking me up, giving me the ability to do this. You guys have a great evening. And Jordan, hey, man, we'll see him tomorrow. Good night, everybody.
Hey, you just watched another entertaining and interesting For My ATL Fans Sports 1 show. If you enjoyed the show, please let T-Will know by hitting the like, share, and subscribe buttons. T-Will would have brought you this message himself. This guy doesn't know how to keep it short and simple, not to mention that outrageous laugh. Anyway, tune in next time and have a great day. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.